Auburn at South Carolina. Um, 21-17. The Gamecocks of South Carolina won. Congratulations to Shaney Beamer. Beamer Ball. Um, Going bowling. I have said repeatedly on this show, and I still do believe this, but this is by and far the worst South Carolina team that there has ever been in a long, long, long time. And the fact that they're 6-5 and could be 7-5 is nothing short, and could be, or go 6-6 and maybe go 7. Who knows? Is nothing short of remarkable. Shane Beamer. The only thing I would criticize him for, looking on it right now, is the fact that Jason Brown wasn't starting. I think he's far and away better than what they had going on. I mean, yeah, maybe I'm a prisoner of the moment, but he wins. He looks competent half the time. We'll see what happens against now. You playing a little different ball game coming up. Even without all those Clemson injuries, they're still like pretty solid on defense. So we'll see what happens there. They'll probably game plan for whatever South Carolina throws at them. But there was a good win. Defensive, gritty. South Carolina knew what they had to do to win. TJ Finley's a bum. He's awful. He had one good game actually against South Carolina LSU, and that was it. He stinks. Tanks Bigsby was good yesterday. Auburn's defense was solid. In a lot of ways, I thought Auburn actually played better game. But the problem was South Carolina got the bounce they need. I kind of talked to Ryan a little bit about it beforehand. When that punt hit that guy's shin, you got to get out of the way to punt, man. What are you doing, you big dummy? It sucks for Auburn. It's kind of crazy. I wish Arkansas had played this Auburn team. This one sucks. We got the best version of Auburn, and of course, whatever. But looking on it, good win for South Carolina at home. Especially after kind of what happened this year with that tight loss to tight win against Vandy, and you look bad in certain spots. Troy wasn't that great of a win, and ECU was close, and Florida, you got a good win against them, and there's been a roller coaster of a season, as it is typically for South Carolina. That's just the way it is there. But I think overall, it's good. This is if you're a South Carolina fan and you're disappointed with any way in this season, you're an idiot. Because of the fact that this season should have exceeded your expectations by a mile. You beat Florida. You beat Auburn. You beat, who else did they beat? Vanderbilt. Those are teams, you got smacked by Georgia. You got smacked by Tennessee. Missouri was tight. You're competitive in these games. So South Carolina should be thankful and happy that this had, this kind of went, the way it did. But what do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, really the only games that South Carolina has not been competitive in has been Georgia, which no one's been competitive except kind of Clemson. But even through that Clemson game, you knew Clemson wasn't going to win the game. And then Texas A&M, and then Texas A&M after they beat Bama has been probably one of the best teams in college football aside from their Auburn loss. However, South Carolina's had just an unexpected season. We didn't expect this. A lot of their best players.
I expected them to be god awful.
You expected them to be really bad. You lost all your really decent to good players. It's just a lot of people transferred. You weren't really sure about their coordinators because I don't even think Shane Beamer was really sure about the coordinators either.
Yeah, Mike Bobo.
He wanted to keep Mike Bobo.
Now he's terrible.
Like
a good idea getting rid of him. He's a bum.
He didn't get rid of him.
I always thought, well, the rumor was, so Mike Bobo actually, fun fact, I don't know if I ever told you this. I read this on Twitter one time. So what happened was Mike Bobo got offered by Brian Harsin when he got hired at Auburn.
Yeah.
And, he said he came to Shane Beamer, sat in his office, was like, hey, they offered me whatever, he's getting paid at Auburn now. And he was like, give me a raise and I'll stay. And Shane Beamer told him to kick rocks. And so he left. That's what happened there.
It's the best thing Shane Beamer ever did.
Yeah, because you say what I hate I mean, I don't hate Mike Bobo. He's a bum, dude.
He's a bum.
Yeah, he stinks, man. I'm pulling up these South Carolina stats because I
It was
went.
one of the reasons that South Carolina was so bad last year because Mike Bobo. It really felt like he was like sabotaging the entire organization over there. It made no sense while he was. It was a dumb hire, but
Yeah.
um, it's a huge win for Carolina. Um, Auburn is a good team, even though they don't have Bo Nix out there. They're still a great team. You got Tank Bigsley. They got 5 and 4 stars all over.
This is a Quandre Wright guy. He's pretty good
Mhm.
for South Carolina. It's a Quandre White.
Yeah, I mean South Carolina ran the ball down Auburn's throats.
Yeah, they had
Uh,
99. He had 99 rushing yards. Kevin Harris had 63. Josh Vann even had 8. I think if you look back on this season, yeah, Zaquandre, oh my God, White. I'm just gonna call him White. White, Josh Vann and Jason Brown will be your heroes for this team. And I mean, those are your guys. Those are your guys you look back. I don't think Kevin Harris, Kevin Harris struggled a little bit this season. Offensive line is bad. But look, I mean, you take what you can get. I've said it 100 times and I'll say it 100 more times about South Carolina this year. You were supposed to be awful. I mean, you were supposed to be terrible. I mean, your offensive coordinator isn't that good. Your coach, I mean, your coach is a brand new head coach. Your offensive line's garbage. Your defense was weak. Your quarterback situation is abysmally bad. And the fact that you're 6-5 is nothing short of a freaking miracle, dude. It really, really is, man. I mean, I don't know what South Carolina fans, I mean, you should look back on this season as nothing short of a shocking miracle. I mean, you're never going to be competitive against, Georgia or even Kentucky at the beginning of the season when they were doing their weird stretch. But man, shout out South Carolina. I think they do need an offensive coordinator, a new one, but maybe Dan Mullen.
maybe.
Mullen in South Carolina. Who knows? Man, he might be ahead. Well, we'll get there. All right. There you go. South Carolina. Crazy. Auburn stinks now. Brian Harsin should be fired too. They should throw their hat in.
I think there's a rumor that he's thinking about leaving. He doesn't care about Auburn anymore.
Where's he gonna go? Back to Boise State?
I guess this is alma mater, so who knows?
Oh my God, that'd be very funny. Who would they hire? Could you imagine SC Auburn, Florida, and LSU all being open at the same time? That'd be nuts.